There is so much to highlight about the arts here in Catoosa County, but when we've come over to the Ringgold Depot, we don't just talk about the Depot Opry, we also have to talk about the Ringgold Depot Playhouse, and that brings Adam Cook into the conversation. He's the executive director here. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
And you look pretty rested, but you were telling me this past year has put you on a whirlwind because you have been wearing some hats that you don't typically wear around here.
Yeah, been doing a lot of stuff. COVID, like everybody, kind of threw us for a loop, so we've been scrambling around, but we've done a lot of cool stuff. I've switched careers during pandemic, so that was strange too, but
You're a true American now if you switch careers.
Well, I was planning on it, and then the pandemic just made it a little tougher, but I love what I'm doing now, and it's awesome.
And talking just a minute ago with Tom Cavett, and he was talking about the really kind of the sense of awe that the musicians feel when they come into this building. There's a lot of history here, both artistic and just historical. For your actors taking the stage, and a lot of them, as you said, are new to the area, are they kind of mesmerized when they first walk in here and take in the space?
Some of them really are. It's obviously a one-of-a-kind facility. I mean, we've got a lot of great venues for theater in the area, the Theater Center and the Colonnade, and we love going there and experiencing that. But when you come in here and the building's 160-something years old, we have rock walls and the original wood panel doors and stuff like that. It's an intimate setting unlike any other in the area, and the actors really gravitate towards that.
The stage is behind us. It's going to get busy in the new season. You've got your 2022 season announced.
Yeah, we just announced that last week. We're going to have 5 shows come to the Depot stage. Our first one will be the first weekend in March. Auditions for that are actually 2 weeks from tonight, the 3rd and 4th of January. Actors can come here to the Depot and audition for the complete works of William Shakespeare Abridged, directed by Joseph Watts.
So you also are doing something a little bit different this year, where you're having a playwriting event.
Yeah, we're calling it our one-act playwriting showcase, where it's actually going to be in our 2nd production slot. So it'll run mid-April, and we're about to open up submissions from local writers. Anybody in the Chattanooga, North Georgia area can submit a one-act play, an original, unproduced one-act play, something brand new. And then our panel of readers will read through all the submissions and choose 2. And then for the 2nd show in April, those 2 shows that are chosen will get a full production here at the Depot stage.
So I have to admit publicly that I have never been to a show
What?
at the Depot. I know. I've
Come
got
on.
to make 2022 my year.
Okay.
So maybe I'm not seeing things clearly, but I love the setup with the round tables in here. When you do a show, is this the setup?
No, this is actually set up, it's a multi-purpose facility. We rent it out for weddings and banquets and conferences and things like that. It's actually set up with the round tables for a rental.
For an event.
When you rent at the Depot or at Patriot Hall across the way, we set it up to whatever the preference is to the renter. For the Playhouse, we actually have seating that comes out, and it's more traditional with an aisle down the center, and you have rows that come down. Yeah.
But very much like if you go to a show in New York, it's not quite this small. Sullivan Street Playhouse is a fairly small one in New York. There's that intimate feeling that you have with the performers on stage.
Yeah, it's really neat. We try to make everyone kind of feel at home. And it's a very old-fashioned type feel too. You know, I was mentioning earlier, we have the old-fashioned popcorn machine and things like that, and our concessions are, everything's $1, so everything's super cheap and super, we try to have a little something for everyone too. We have coffee and drinks and stuff like that, and people come in, especially in the early part of the season when it's a little bit chillier outside, you come in, it's warm, we got popcorn and coffee and stuff like that, and then you have the rock walls and stuff, and everybody's like, wow, this is
You feel nestled in.
Yeah, you feel nestled in.
So, you know, when we first came up with this idea to do this week, the whole purpose was to shine the light on area kids and let them kind of have some time on TV to focus and showcase the work that they've been doing all year long. But it was also to remind everybody about the power of the arts, and that whether you make it a living, as you have done, or simply enjoy being a member of the audience, it fulfills your soul, kind of. And people watching you, I'm going to throw you out there for a minute, might not realize, if you've been watching 3+U for a long, long time, Adam was kind enough to pull a practical joke on Jed one year for April Fools, and you improv'd yourself as a guy from Saudi Daisy focusing on water conservation. Do you remember?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
So do you improv here?
We do improv here. We have comedy club shows that we do sporadically throughout the season. We try to do a comedy club between each production. So in addition to the 5 play productions we have going on, there's going to be 4 comedy clubs as well. And that consists of a night of improvisational comedy and stand-up comedy. So we'll have an improv team that'll do about 45 minutes, and then we'll have an intermission, then we'll have local and regional comedians come in and do about a 45-minute stand-up set. So it's a night of improv and stand-up that kind of it gives the audience a little something different rather than the traditional plays that we do. When
I mentioned about reminding people of what the arts can do for you, you were beginning to nod your head pretty quickly. Were you involved in this in middle and high school?
My first introduction to the arts was actually in the 1st grade at Normal Park Elementary in Chattanooga. And we did some kind of play about the presidents, I remember, and I was George Washington, and I had like a little hatchet, and I was singing a song about chopping down trees and stuff. And then I did some of that in elementary school, and then when I got to high school in Florida, I played sports and stuff, and then I had a drama teacher kind of get a hold of me. She's like, you're really goofy and crazy and all this, and you'd probably be great on stage. And I was like, whatever.
Right.
And I gave it a shot and just got addicted, and here it is all these years later, and I'm still doing this.
I think it always will stay relevant. For one thing, it does, just like we always say, but it warms your soul to see somebody create their talent and bring it to that stage. But if you are the kid, especially the middle school, high school student, and you're in that kind of lost period, which they all are, they just don't know that they all are.
Absolutely.
You can pretend to be somebody else up there on that stage, and you can discover things about yourself that you might not be brave enough to show. You.
I agree, absolutely. There's just so much opportunity. I mean, we're all ourselves, and sometimes for whatever reason that can be boring, or it can be, I don't think there's anyone that goes through life just 100% satisfied with who they are. I mean, I think you have to build towards that, or try to accomplish that. But the chance to take a break from whatever's going on in your world and be somebody else for a couple of hours or a few weeks or however long you're working on a role, I think is good. It gives people kind of a break, an outlet to get a break from life and just kind of have some fun.
Okay, so if they want to have fun and audition, the auditions for the Shakespeare Abridged are January 3rd and 4th?
January 3rd and 4th, yep. 7 o'clock here at the Depot.
You can buy season tickets?
Yeah, they set up the season ticketing last week. You can go to City of Ringgold, ga.org and do that, or .gov, excuse me. We have a Facebook page, Twitter account, stuff like that.
All right.
Yeah, so it's pretty awesome.
So now you know another part of the wow factor here at the Ringgold Depot between the Playhouse and the Opry. They have got you covered, but the show this morning is far from over. We've still got more music to entertain you, so thanks so much for watching, and we're back in just a minute.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry